June 20, 1863. Birth of West Virginia. West Virginia's statehood was a direct result of political, economic, and social divisions within Virginia during the American Civil War. Its creation is unique in U.S. history because it involved the legal separation of a state from an existing one in the midst of armed conflict. At the onset of the Civil War in 1861, Virginia voted to secede from the United States and join the Confederacy. However, this decision was not universally supported within Virginia's borders. The northwestern counties, which had long experienced political marginalization and economic disparity compared to the eastern plantation elite, opposed secession. The region's economy was more closely tied to the industrial North than to the slave-driven agriculture of the Tidewater area. In response to Virginia's secession, Unionist delegates from these northwestern counties convened in Wheeling in May 1861, establishing the restored government of Virginia, which claimed to be the legitimate government of the entire state but remained loyal to the Union. The Wheeling Conventions laid the groundwork for the creation of a new state. Following a referendum in October 1861, voters approved the formation of a separate state, which was then named West Virginia. Congress passed an enabling act in December 1862, and President Abraham Lincoln signed the statehood bill into law on December 31, 1862. One condition for admission was the gradual abolition of slavery, which was included in West Virginia's new constitution. The state was formally admitted to the Union on June 20, 1863. The admission of West Virginia had significant constitutional and political implications. The U.S. Constitution does not explicitly outline procedures for the formation of a new state from an existing one without that state's consent. However, the restored government of Virginia, recognized by the Union as the legitimate authority of the entire state of Virginia, gave its consent for West Virginia's separation. This legal maneuver was controversial, but ultimately accepted by Congress and the Lincoln administration. West Virginia's entry into the Union also had strategic military value. Control of the region allowed the Union to secure important transportation routes, including the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. It also provided a buffer zone against Confederate forces operating in the Shenandoah Valley. Unionist sentiment in the region made it easier to recruit troops and maintain control. Though some counties later attempted to rejoin Virginia or challenge the state's legitimacy, the U.S. Supreme Court settled the dispute in Virginia v. West Virginia, 1871, ruling in favor of West Virginia's continued statehood and upholding the constitutionality of its formation. West Virginia's admission marked a turning point in American constitutional practice and Civil War politics. It remains the only state created by carving it out of a Confederate state during the Civil War, and its unique origins reflect the deep divisions that defined the era. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.